It's amazing what makes the news. We could say this story is called, I don't know, Julian Assange, because there is a story, and many will, and I've seen this in comments already, many will say he's controlled opposition, others will say he's speaking the truth. In a realm that is not real, and is holographic, how do you know what is real? Because it's an invitation. It's like every other story is, an invitation to pick a side. Ideally, the ideal is to take the middle path. So, you could see this reality, everything external of you is a reflection. So consider a reflection in the mirror. On the linear axis, if you go left, that reflection goes right. It flips polarity. It can't do anything until you do something. It has no power of its own. It's a shadow, it's an illusion, it's just a reflection. It has no spirit in it. But of course, a lot of people are transfixed by the mirror. Think of the Harry Potter film, where he's got this magic mirror and seeing his deceased parents, and nearly gets lost in a world that can't be brought back. One thing I can tell you about every story, they are about pick a side. They come with small prints which would read, this is a path to obliteration, to personally feeling a big bang where you all fractalize. Make of that what you will. If you want to disintegrate your spirits, then pick a side. So Julian, just maybe say the word a few times, slow things down, see what comes out of what you then hear. Assange, messenger, it's a code. But what is it really saying? Because it's a reflection. So it's giving you an opposite polarity. So in that is internalize it, stay true to self, and set yourself free. That is the real message that is being reflected. Now there's something very interesting as well with photographs. One way of describing a photograph is that it captures an image, an image, imagination. It does capture an image. Leave aside what is shown externally and shown to the physical eyes. Consider what is captured energetically. Now that is not subject to time that the photograph was taken. What is captured is the current energy. If it's a real being, then it is a presence, so it will capture the present energy. So do I even need to know anything about the story? The answer is no. All I need to do is listen to not I and any preconceived notions of what I think might be the truth. And in which case I would be falling for a pick a side by trying to think it. Far better to go with that gut feeling and that inner knowing that this is not a real reality and it is just a reflection. It is a reflection for you to consider. Now, most people, when they look in the mirror and say, oh, that's me. No, that's just a physical body. That isn't the real you. That is just a vehicle to operate in the conditions which are material. And of course, what matters to you will become matter. Where you focus your attention, where the energy goes, wherever your thoughts go, the energy will flow. So consider that if you were like a black shadow and something was firing shots at you, and it was like bullets, you would have lights. It would almost resemble stars in the sky. So with any of these stories, ask yourself, are you unknowingly allowing your light to escape from within you? Are you giving away your power? Are you feeding your energy to something? You've only got to look around this present world and you'll find there are non-living entities, organizations, and you'll see a plaque on a building or you'll see it on a letterhead. It'll say founded in whatever year, and that's exactly what it is. It is found dead because it is not a living being. But interestingly, be it a chess club, be it a political party, be it a church organization or whatever, anything, what gives that entity life is the participation by humanity in it. Whether it's in agreement with it or whether it is opposing it, it is taking a left path or a right path, it is picking a side. There's a saying about see things for what they truly are. So think about the government, the church, anything like that, the military-industrial complex. What powers it? What actually does the physical actions? What takes the physical steps? What interacts with this interactive field? I would say that is the they that everybody is looking for. Forget about whoever's offering the script, the source of the script. Consider what is acting out those scripts by picking a side. If you want to stop war, you've got to stand in your power and say, I am not picking up a gun and I am not killing someone that is a reflection of me and therefore is me. I am not a self-harmer. It wouldn't be doing something in a benevolent way, so it wouldn't even matter if it is a reflection of you and a part of you or something that you are a part of. Rather, it is seeing things for what they really are. It is not I having a belief in this or I having a belief in that. It is not I, it is not I, it is Christ within me. Consider what Christ is. Christ, C-H-R. What else starts with C-H-R? Chronology, time. After that comes I. After that comes a little s, a spirit, a little spirit, and then a little t, a lowercase t. T in its capital obviously is an I, and then the linear is at its highest level. It is a symbol of God, hence you have thee, thy, thou as descriptions of God, or whatever you want to call it, the source, the ultimate source. But it's a small t, because it's a small God, it's a co-creator that in most cases doesn't even know they're a co-creator and don't even realise what they're creating by giving their light away. So consider that with things. Consider what is captured when the expression capturing an image, or the old term for a photograph was a likeness. Similar, but similar to what? Because you are not the physical body, it is just a vehicle to operate in a physical realm. I've discussed this on video from multiple sources. Readily, what comes to mind, Ken Wheeler, Theoria Apotheosis Channel. He's often said, you are not that thing you see in the mirror when you brush your teeth, for example. And that's very true. It can't do anything until you do something. It is staring you right in the face, quite literally. And many are transfixed with that mirror. Many to the point where I want to present myself to the world in a certain way, which is often modelled on somebody who's been pedestalized. There's often talk about things like astrology and looking at the stars, but consider how many people are looking at the stars as in the Hollywood sense, in the physical reality. Because the sky is a lie as well. It's not what it appears to be. Nothing about this reality is what it appears to be. So if I have this realization that nothing is the way it appears to be, how could I honestly and truly know to pick a side? What I would know is to not pick a side and to take that neutral path and not feed energy into either side. Because as soon as you pick a side, you're going to come across others who have a different polarity, a different belief, who will challenge what you think, and they will defend their position. And how far do you want to take that? World War III? Think about what else also is reflected in this reality. And what comes to mind is a song, and I can't remember the artist's name, unfortunately, or even the title of the song, but the lyrics go, when will, or to paraphrase it, when will humanity lay down and sleep next to each other in trust of each other, respecting differences, but not, you don't have to have the same opinions, beliefs, or anything. Because if you don't do that, I think it's fairly clear to see that if you don't take control of the character in this game, that screen will start to scroll and it will push that character along. And I feel in recent years it has been reflected that if you don't take control of yourself, the system will provide a way that many will be laying down together and they won't be fighting because they'll be corpses. I feel that's a good place to end this. We're 14 and a half minutes, there you go. Kept my word to try and keep it to 15 minutes for you, Karen. And I do appreciate the work you put into putting pictures and things with these. And I do appreciate that. And I'm going to end this with saying unconditional love to you all.
I would say that he looks a bit like Mark Sargent. What's your thoughts to that? Very close to Mark Sargent. Well, I think they look quite alike. Just change the hair. See the nose to the mouth? That's the same. Got the same mouth, same face, same eyes. Oh my God.